Hello, everybody. Good to see you guys. Yes. I got the memo. I heard it loud and clear. Oh, my. And Ava even got cheese slices tonight. My dinner was cheese slices on crackers. And so I had to pay the cheese tax. Hold on, this is driving me crazy. I just can't get the right. That'll do. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. Hello, C-Rex, honey. Hello, Nina Laura. Hello, K-John Boom. Hello, Jerry Matthew Boyd. Hello, Charlie. I almost had a very, very little tiny kitty to show you tonight. I heard mews coming out from underneath my handicap ramp, and so of course I had to investigate, and I found he was just bigger than my palms. He was so tiny, and my neighbor was coming out of his house, and I yelled at my neighbor, and I was like, Josh, look. He goes, did you find a kitten? Apparently the two Joshes next door had been looking for the kitten, and it ran under my handicap ramp, and I took it over to show him, and he held it, and I never got it back. I didn't even get to take a picture of it, but it sounds like they're gonna try keeping it, so, which is good, which is really good. Let me tell ya. Hi. One of those heartless bastards could use something to love. No. Hello, Manuel. Hello, Eileen Carlin, honey. Hello, she's a maker. Hello, Chris Van Allen. I am so proud of you. Hello, Spider-Man. Hello, Mark Ott. It works. It works. Well, hopefully they keep it forever, but I don't know. We'll see. I was getting there. Jeez. So yeah, Spectrum came out today, and he replaced some line, and he replaced some pins inside the coax that had been replaced by the last technician, but when he pulled the coax off, like the pin stayed in and it was just completely separated. He said that could cause intermittent issues. He ran his tests on it, and everything is working as it should be now, which means that I have what was it? Like 450 download. I have 25 upload. He said he strongly recommends that I look into another company. Yeah. He said Bright Star might be in this area, but he's not sure. Though I thought Spectrum was fiber optic, it's not in this area. So, he says that Bright Star is a fiber optic company if they have it in this area, and it's a comparable price. So I wouldn't be paying extra. My other choice is to pay like $20 to $30 extra per month on Spectrum for the gig plan and get 35 upload. So, I don't think that sounds fair. I do. Yes. Currently I have I think 750 is the max that it'll get to. I don't plan on it. I don't plan on it at all. If they're in this area. I mean, Toma's a fairly big city, but it's not the big city. If it's in this area. And that was his thing too, is he said, if I set it up with, Bright Star, because he thinks that Bright Star is the only fiber optic in this area. But he said if I do set it up to make sure that it is the fiber optic, because he's actually had customers that have lived in other, more rural areas, that they've left Spectrum for Bright Star expecting fiber optic, and then he's had to go back to their house to reconnect them back to Spectrum because Bright Star was worse because it wasn't the fiber optic. So he said if they come out, I absolutely have to have a conversation with the technician about, am I getting fiber optic? Oh, no, I won't do satellite. I won't do dish. I'm sorry. Will not. Nope, not going to happen. No. 25 upload. I've got like, I've got like, I think he said the maximum it would ever reach, like absolute max, would be 750 download. And there's no way that I'm gonna reach that, he said. It's not gonna happen. But I think he'd gotten it in the 600s after he replaced the ends on all of the coaxes and stuff like that. And he found a crimp in the wire from Hobosexual that he cut off the excess below the kink, and then put new ends on it, and reconnected it so that there's no kink in the wire. So yeah, it's not fiber optic yet. He said that they're in the process of building the infrastructure for it, but it's almost flip switch ready. But if they flip the switch before they're 100% certain it's ready, it's going to cause mass outages. And they're trying to prevent that. Clearly, that's a bad idea. So, he said it's almost flip switch ready, but it will be within the year. I'm like, I don't have a year. I pay a lot of money to have it now. So Patrick P. Welcome. Yeah. Yeah, they're almost ready for it here. They're just not quite there yet. Yeah. I mentioned that you said there might be moisture in the line, and he said he did not have the authority to replace any of the outside lines. He could only work on what was at my house. And I'm like, I don't expect you to climb the telephone pole or anything, dude. I'm just letting you know what my subscribers said. Well, my streets have been ripped up like 3 times in the last year for different variety of repairs. So I don't know. Maybe that was part of it. Who knows? What? You are not. You don't have to go out, do you? I already took you outside. You could go potty again? Oh, no, you just want pets. Oh, my. She just wants pets. She just wants love. She probably wants more treats. Oh, and then there's Bandit asking for more treats that she's already had a bunch of. Here, how about some kibble? Oh, because the kibble dish is empty. And so is the kibble container. Almost. There's enough. Looks like Mama needs to make a shopping list. Eva's almost out of food. Kitties are almost out of food. Keep telling you to show up. Oh, thank you. Speaking of which, so Mortimer Duke had sent me a link today about the bishop hearing in Judge Satterfield's courtroom. Oh my, brain fog. And maybe I need Spectrum to replace the lines in my brain. They're just not working. So screw you. I could not believe that. Like, you would think that had been a planned move. It wasn't. I didn't even have a clue. Oh my gosh, you guys are so funny. Oh, hello, Linda Applegate, love. So anyways, so Mortimer Duke had said that the bishop hearing was good, and so I had already grabbed it, and I was planning on taking a look at it. So once he confirmed it was good, I was ready to just, go right into editing it. And then I got the buzzy brain idea of checking and seeing if I had any other hearings, and lo and behold, I did. So we get a twofer, right away twofer. And it was the whole hearing. Unlike the one that we went on the mystery hunt for last night and discovered that it ended early. Yeah, you're probably right about that. You're probably right. I really shouldn't. But the tech was really good. I mean, maybe he just needs to crimp off a few ends in there and do some reconnection, and I'd be all good. Run for another 42 years. Aw, you are so lovely. My goodness. And you got cheese slice treats, and you got your blue buffalo treats. You're just a spoiled girl. Now you get your pets. I don't know. She's a little clunky. She's she's not too graceful, and that's some intricate work up there. Yes, I called the jail and he's waiting for you. Yeah, I know. We're gonna test it now, and we're gonna see if it works any better. And if it starts to go pixely again, or if I start getting the low connection thing again, um, then we're just gonna call Bright Star and see if they do have fiber optic. Her nails are already sharp enough to be a scalpel. That's for sure. Oh my goodness, my poor legs. They're covered in Ava nail holes at the moment. Oh, Kitty ate her food into an arrow pointing at Ava's treat bag. I guess it's a sign. You know, I can't turn down signs. Here you go, baby. One more so that I don't upset the treat gods that left the arrow for you. Not much of a secret. Oh my goodness. This is gonna freak me out. I can't look at it no more. Ava sends her love. Oh my gosh, these animals, they're the best. They really, really are. Bandit, you are just so special. Like Earl will jump up here and demand treats. And then I will leave him a little pile of treats, and he'll jump off and run away and leave them for Bandit to eat. He does that. Oh, did you get to pet it? Did you give it kisses? What'd you name it? Is it yours now? No, she's under the desk. She's still bumping at me with her head. Gosh, I can't think of what they call that. There's a specific word for it when they nudge you with their head. It might be bunting, but anyways, she is still nudging me with her noggin to get me to pet her. Hello, Sandy Hurt, sweetie. He does, but he has his moments of being a total jackwad and just racing in here and attacking her and then running out. I think she provokes it though, because she will sit on the edge of the desk and just stare at him, which in kitty language is I hate you, F off. And yeah, I know. Now Earl hears us talking and he's talking back. Oh my gosh. Yes, head bunks. Oh, it's an orange cat, isn't it? In it. I've never heard it called that, but that doesn't mean that that doesn't exist. I don't know everything. But let's take a look. Let me just real quick Google cat chuffing, also known as Pruston, is a friendly, non-aggressive snorting sound made by blowing air through a closed mouth and nose. Bandit does that. Bandit does that all the time, but she doesn't do it being friendly. She does it as an aggressive tone towards Earl. Or maybe Earl's perceiving it as aggressive, but it's always followed by a very loud hiss. So weird. But that is exactly one of Bandit's many traits that she does. Like, wow, I learned something new. But now you've made a friend. Kitty friends are forever. It'll keep coming back and back and back. All right, guys. Schnozzing, nuzzling. Yeah, I really do. Hold on. Let me take a look. Cat bunting. I think it's called bunting. Headbutting. Yeah, bunting. That's what it is. Or headbutting is an affectionate behavior where a cat rubs its head against a person or object, a sign of trust, love, and social bonding, as well as a way to mark territory by leaving their unique scent from pheromone glands on their face and chin and forehead. It can also be a way to get your attention for food or petting, but it generally indicates a strong positive connection with you. Yes. Bunting. Oh, good night, Patrick B. You just came for the pets. Well, let's get ready. Let's get ready to have some fun.
This is Gary House. I might inquire if Mr. Bishop, I know I talked to him a few minutes ago. He should be getting on here from the Elk County Sheriff's Office.
Gary, remember to either touch the 9 little dot square or to swipe right so you can see everyone.
Okay.
They have not logged in just yet.
All right. Did you call Miss Nelson as a witness counsel, Mr. House?
Yes, we're going to call her as a witness.
Okay. I need an update, counsel. We're going to go on the record in state of Kansas versus Justin Todd Bishop. This has been an ongoing revocation for quite some time. It is 2023 CR4. I had a revocation hearing I believe in this last year, and I placed him back on community corrections, and there was a new warrant for revocation for continued failure to abide by his community correction provisions and to complete his probation. This is a older case that should have been completed by now. The state appears by and through Ms. Gillette. Mr. Bishop has been ordered several times to appear at the courthouse, as everyone is on revocation hearings. They have to be at the courthouse. So he's supposed to be there and they have not logged in yet. But Mr. House, the last time this case came in front of the court, Judge Hutchinson, who was the magistrate for many years in Elk County, covered the case for me. And unfortunately, I've had cases all morning, but I'm scheduled to be in Greenwood County all afternoon and all day tomorrow. And for some reason, this case didn't get packed up. And so I need an update on what happened in front of Judge Hutchinson at the last hearing, because I assumed she would resolve the revocation case. But it was continued. So would someone please update me on what transpired at that last hearing?
Judge, there was a stipulation. He was not at the court, and so he was supposed to be here for his full disposition. Part of it was set over to today because he wasn't in person. He was supposed to be in person. And again, he's not here in person. He went and checked himself into treatment. This is not his first time up on probation revocation. So he's actually, this was a departure case. He had a addendum to his original warrant that was filed. There was
Okay, so there's not even been a stipulation to violating his probation, and this just is a disposition that we've been trying to get done. We actually need a hearing. Is that correct?
no, he had stipulated and waived his hearing to his revocation.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Has been set over. Now, this is the second time he's not at the courthouse.
Can I interrupt?
Sure.
The sheriff of Elk County just called our office and they don't have the link to log in. He is at the sheriff's office, but they don't have the link.
Okay. Well, let's get that sent to him.
Was just sent.
Ms. Stanfield, has he been reporting to you in the interim? What, give me the, I'm sorry, I don't have my file. Give me the date of the last hearing.
It was on, let's see, February 6th.
Has he been reporting to you in the interim?
Yes, this is the best he has ever done on probation. He's been reporting weekly to me. He is in treatment. Prior to treatment, he actually, he was trying to come up with the $75 for the assessment. So he was meeting with a peer mentor for a week. And if he had good attendance with the peer mentor, SAC was going to work with him on the eval. So he is in treatment. I don't believe he's missed any treatment. He's given clean UAs. Let's see, he provided proof of attending AA and NA, and he attends about every couple days. But I have all of his verification on that, but this is the best he has ever done. I don't know what has clicked with him now, but he's keeping in very good contact with me.
Okay. So, Ms. Nelson, just so you know, I can't, because I don't have the file, tell you how many different times we've tried to proceed to court with him. But he, just so you know, he has a long history of making lots of promises and being willing to do all kinds of things when he gets a warrant and gets to court on that warrant. And then I've given him more chances than I give most people, honestly. And then, and certainly more than this prosecutor has wanted from day one. She didn't want me to depart, but he's very convincing. And then within 3 months, he trails off and commits new crimes or is using, doesn't report. And then we start over, and then he commits himself to being better, and then he doesn't. But so this is the first time I think that I'm aware of that Ms. Stanfield is really actively advocating for him. And I understand by your email, you know, what your position is with regard to your experience with him and your efforts. But I hope you understand the reason that we are so specific about him following court orders, like show up where you're supposed to be, which
Right.
is the jurisdiction in which the crime occurred. I hope you understand why we're not giving him a lot of latitude. All right, Mr. Bishop, I apologize. The state keeps switching to new and better systems. I guess that have better, they can't be hacked or something. I don't know. Anyway, our Zoom hearings have been distributed in a different way. And so apparently the sheriff's office didn't have the link.
Correct.
I do appreciate you appearing as ordered in person, as previously ordered by Judge Hutchinson. We are here for disposition of your revocation that you stipulated to those particular violations. We have received an email from your mentor with regard to your status. I've gotten somewhat of an update from Ms. Stanfield as to her involvement and knowledge of your current status since your last hearing in February. Sometimes they work with an individual and see an individual during the pendency of a warrant, and sometimes they don't. So Ms. Stanfield has chosen to continue to keep an eye on you and has vouched for your most recent progress. What I was sharing with Ms. Nelson, though, I think if you're honest, you know that you've been in front of me numerous times where I have told you that I'm, you know, putting all my confidence in you and going out on a limb and departing from what I'm supposed to be doing and giving you second chances, and that this isn't your first time that you've appeared for a hearing and looked promising and then didn't.
Indeed.
So right now I'm going to take recommendations from counsel. If your attorney wants to call witnesses on your behalf, he may. I'm going to give you a chance to speak, and then I'm going to get this show cause warrant resolved today, okay?
Okay.
All right. Ms. Gillette, recommendations as to disposition.
Judge, this wasn't a full stipulation. He's made 0 payments. We did have to have testimony from Teresa Stanfield. Mr. Bishop testified. Ashlyn Bishop testified. This is a situation where he's done hardly anything. This is a last minute overtime. Just because his case got delayed because we wanted to see what was going on over in Butler County on April 10th. I don't have no report of what happened in Butler County on April 10th with him. He frankly has made promise after promise and never followed through on them. And Mr. Bishop had a dispositional departure to probation. He did nothing of what he was supposed to. I was looking at the case history. He has failures to appear, not just since he had the original case, but since then. And it's at a point where I have no choice but to ask for him to serve his underlying.
How much time is that?
His underlying original was 34 months in KDOC.
And what is his credit for time served?
His credit for time served on his original journal entry, hold on, let me pull up the page here, was he had 56 days from February 26th of 24 to April 22nd of 24. As previously journalized. He had 5 days at his original sentencing and 56 more days is what I have. And the numbers are added weird on this journal entry that was filed the other day, but that's what he currently has. They're all previously journaled. He just he only complies when he has a warrant out. The moment that that's settled, he goes back to the same old. And at this point, he literally hasn't entered treatment until his disposition was delayed. And so my preference is that he just serve as underlying.
Okay,
Whether the court wants to mitigate that underlying in some way, that's up to the court. But I believe he needs to just finish out his term.
okay. Ms. Stanfield, how many months does he have left with you?
Well, at the February hearing, Judge Hutchinson, because his probation expired November of 2024, so I had asked her about an extension. So she did extend it for a year till February 6th of 2026.
Mr. Bishop, you understand, I don't want people hanging on for 3, 4, 5 years on probation with that kind of exposure. We don't want you on that long. We can't even have funds to treat you that long. What about his Senate bill funds? Are those all gone?
Yes, SAC has the grant funding, so he qualified for that. So
Okay. And are you aware of pending cases that he has currently?
he has 2, but they have never been filed in district court, because I just checked again this morning and nothing has been filed.
Okay. So, Mr. House, I'm going to give you a chance here in a minute. I apologize.
That's all right.
I think Judge Hutchinson had asked you to follow up on some cases or some situations and report to the court. Do you recall that?
Well, I don't recall that specifically. I have notes concerning our hearing of March the 6th.
Was it March the 6th or February the 6th?
I've got March the 6th,
Okay, so I misspoke.
2025.
Okay.
And Your Honor, I would like an opportunity to make a statement, but I'd also like to call Ashley Nelson. She gave me some specific information yesterday, and I thought was pretty important.
Okay.
I do acknowledge that the court has given Mr. Bishop many opportunities. First with the departure, and you've been gracious to listen to his statements previously. Yes, he's had some problems attending hearings previously. He would always try to do it on his telephone for a Zoom hearing. Those problems included he doesn't have a driver's license, and that was the prospective cases that I think Butler County was holding drive while suspended, and he has been now working to get his driver's license reinstated. He has a review hearing, he told me, on July the 2nd, 2025 in municipal court there in El Dorado. He has, since the departure, he has done an inpatient treatment program. He completed that. He has continuously attended NA and AA meetings, and he has a record today of the recent NA AA meetings. He did with the help of Miss Stanfield and SAC, start a program with SAC. It's an 8-week program. He goes 2 days a week, Monday and Wednesday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. He's in the second week of his program now, probably going towards the third. He's has been reporting, as Ms. Stanfield has already told the court, and we appreciate the help that she's given throughout this whole process. And I realize it's been nerve-wracking for her, but he has been reporting recently to her on a regular basis. He can get aftercare through SAC. He's been going to NA and AA meetings, and through SAC, he has been tested at least twice since that program started, and he's tested clean for illegal drugs. He always has a problem with employment, and has resorted to cutting firewood and selling that as his source of income. But I would like to call Ms. Nelson as a witness so that she can tell exactly what he's been doing and how she feels as an expert he's doing with his drug problem.
Okay, give me just a minute here. Ms. Stanfield, do you know how much he owes at this point by chance?
I show $1,108.
All right, Ms. Nelson, if you'd raise your right hand, please. You do solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
I do.
Okay, thank you. You may proceed, counsel.
That just means me.
Nelson, you've already given us your name. What is your occupation?
I am a Kansas certified peer mentor.
And how long have you done that kind of work?
I'm just right at a year that I've been working with people in recovery.
All right. And who are you working with now?
Substance Abuse Center of Kansas.
Now, Mr. Bishop has come to the Substance Abuse Center. How did he come out to your place of business?
I'm not 100% sure if he just saw us or if Miss Stanfield sent him our way, but he came up one day, told us that he wasn't doing well. He had some clean time, that he wasn't coming in using, that he had already a month clean? 9 months, sorry. He thought he had 9 months clean. He passed his first UA. But before all of that, we're a nonprofit organization, so we require clients like Mr. Bishop to come in daily, if not every other day, and show that you truly want this for us to be able to waive that fee. He did, in fact, show up and do all of the things that we asked him to do, but in the end, he still ended up paying that fee because he felt like he wanted to, and instead of taking it out of somebody else's hands that may not have had those funds. And since then, he's had an assessment done, and he was brought into our aftercare program, our outpatient treatment program, which is 2 days a week, 8 to 12 weeks. As long as you make all of the appointments, you can be out in 8. After that 8 to 12 weeks, you get moved to aftercare, where you're once a week for, again, 8 to 12 weeks, depending on attendance. Mr. Bishop is also involved in the peer mentor program, which is mostly voluntarily done. It's something that when the assessment's done, it's a recommendation. It's not, you have to do this. And he has come in daily, if not every other day, and spoke with myself or Mike, which is another peer mentor here. He's doing like relapse prevention plans, resisting temptation and recovery. We're working on forgiveness. I know that he's got his daughter and his grandchildren in his life, which are a big support right now. I also work with them on trying to find him a job. We've started working up a resume so that we can get that out there. With SAC being new to Butler County, we are seeing a lot of these cases like Mr. Bishop's where, you know, that you're at your final end with them and we're new to the community. We're new to the recovery center in Butler County. And we've had really good luck with clients like Mr. Bishop, where he's at the end of the rope. We ask for one more chance. If he slaps the hand that feeds him, that's on him. But in our most recent history, it's not been that way. If I've come to the judge and I've said, I think that this client deserves a second chance, or in this case, 100 chance, there's more that I feel like we can do for him than what he's done in the past. And he has, on his own, decided to come in and meet with us daily, if not every other day, make groups, appearances. He makes his groups on Mondays and Wednesdays. He interacts with others that are in recovery also. He gives great feedback during groups. He's opened up a lot about the things that he's buried deep down inside of himself, and that's the reason he goes out and he uses or he steals, or, you know, he's just not the person he wants to be. And we're trying to get him back to square one where he is the person he knows that he can be. And he meets with our LAC, which is Chase Andrews, once or twice a week. And, you know, they talk a little bit deeper in depth because I'm not a licensed therapist. A lot of what I do is like therapy. But I mean, in my eyes, I feel like he is doing this for the right reasons. I don't think this is, I'm only doing it to get out of my jail sentence. I feel like he's opened up a lot more than most clients do within that short window of time that we've had him. And I feel like he is on the right track.
Okay, thank you.
For the short window of time you've had him, it's easy to be on the right track for a short window of time. It's the long haul that gets you.
Ms. Gillette, cross-examination?
I don't have any cross for her.
Okay, thank you. All right, Mr. Bishop, is there anything that you want to say before I impose your sanction or sentence in this case?
Excuse me, no, Your Honor. You've given me the opportunity to do better, and I feel I had a little stumble. I was sick for about a month, or the dates would be a little earlier, but you gave me the opportunity to be a better person, and I've been living up to that, Your Honor. I've had a few drawbacks. I'm getting ready to get my license back. I've called driver control, 400 reinstatement, SR 22, pretty simple. So when I go to court in May, if I'm available to, I'll have a driver's license in July. I'm just doing what you're supposed to do, and it's difficult. I'm not going to fib to you. It's difficult, and the things that I shouldn't be doing, I'm not doing any longer. Driving, haven't used in quite a while. Doing well there with my relationships. I built a rapport with the people at the treatment facility, and I'm just anxious to get this done, Your Honor. Mean it be go to prison. I can't control. That's your decision. I feel like I'm giving it an honest effort. More than I have before, and it's working out well for me. I'll just stay at it, you know. It's not easy, but I'll stay at it, and I'll continue to finish the programs, and I'll continue to put 150% into staying clean and being a better person, Your Honor.
Okay, few questions. Where are you currently living?
I'm living at 609 South Emporia with my granddaughter, her husband, and child.
Why is it that you can't work in El Dorado and make payments on your case? Because you can walk most places or ride.
Your Honor, I can. I haven't had the proper ID and the social security card. The ID that I use, my probation officer gave me, is my face sheet from prison. They're from the county jail there, certified copy. I'll get on that. I need that for my driver's license also.
How old are you?
You'd hate to ask. 56 years old, ma'am.
Okay, well, you've got a good 10, 15 years that you still probably need to work.
Sure.
Unless you've got a great pension somewhere until you can qualify for Medicare. Do you have any significant health issues like chronic back surgeries or anything like that?
No, Your Honor, I'm pretty healthy. When I came to jail, I had an operation that the people of Bell County paid for. Changed my life. It was hernia, and I'm 100% healthy. I can work, do anything. I mean, the work that I perform is back breaking. I cut firewood, and you know, I get my driver's license, and I'm gonna get a regular job and continue to go to my meetings and stay in the community. I go to a lot of NA meetings and AA meetings, plus the new treatment. So,
Well, I understand treatment takes up a lot of time, but I need you to have at least part-time employment in the next 30 days.
okay,
I need you to start making payments on your case. I'm never going to revoke someone because they owe money, but it is a demonstration of effort. And what I've told people before, whether it's $5, $10 a month, I don't know if you smoke or not, but you know, you give up pop, you give up something and just sacrifice something and pay $5 a month, and that means something. But you need to get your case paid off. You've already been extended. You already know where you're going to go. If you drop out of sight, you have 30 months to do. I'm not going to modify it if you come back on a revocation. I will not reduce your sentence. You will do your 30 or 34 months, whatever it is, minus about 60 days, which isn't very much
not
time.
very much.
And you know what 3 years, 2 or 3 years feels like in prison, especially when you're 56. So I don't know how to say it any other way than to write on your file in capital letters, this is it. Period. This is it. So I hope there's something that's clicked with you. And you know, I want you to get back on a legal track. I have lots of people who don't have license, but they manage to work at Taco Bell or they work somewhere, and they ride their bike or they walk or they figure it out. And again, you need to continue to demonstrate that commitment across the board and have that kind of structure. I understand that treatment takes time and it's your priority, but you also need to work, and there needs to be some structured requirements of you by other people in authority, like bosses or whomever.
Okay.
All right. Now, is there any reason why you have to be, for any reason, in Elk or Greenwood County?
Today?
Anytime, unless it's
Well,
for court.
Your Honor, my brother came and got me yesterday, brought me to Elk County. He's a resident of Howard. I'm gonna put a roof on his garage while I'm here over the weekend. That's how I got a ride down here, and he'll give me a ride back home to El Dorado.
Okay. Here's your new condition. If you are only allowed in Elk County for family reasons, and you have to notify the sheriff in Elk County anytime that you're coming into Elk County.
Okay?
And is there any reason why you have to be in Greenwood County?
No,
Okay. You're prohibited from being in Greenwood County until the completion of your probation.
okay,
So Miss Gillette shouldn't have to see you.
okay,
She shouldn't have to find out that you're in the community or that there are any problems with you in the community. You're going to be on notice with the sheriff's office when you come into Elk, and you're not going to be in Greenwood. You're going to keep yourself confined to Butler County, where you have resources, a place to live, and support systems. Okay?
okay. Will do.
What other additional conditions do I need to give him, Ms. Stanfield, if any, besides?
But he really doesn't. I mean, other than the AA and NA meetings, he really doesn't have a whole lot of support, he said.
The extension that was already ordered, which I will affirm. Somebody turned your audio off there.
Okay. I think we're fine on everything else.
Okay. Is your brother clean, Mr. Bishop?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. He works for the county here.
Okay.
Yeah, he's upstanding.
All
Yeah.
right. All right. Again, I'm not about the money. Trust me. There are a lot of things the legislature has established that I cannot waive, but this isn't about money, but these attorneys that get appointed and paid for there has to be some money regenerated by people that are being charged, which never covers their service in order to continue for people to have lawyers.
Yeah.
And I think Mr. House has done a wonderful job for you.
Yes.
And so I'm going to add $100 to what you already owe as a fee for this revocation hearing.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Well, I hope I don't see you ever again in court unless I run across you at Dillon's or
All right.
someplace.
Sounds like a good
And
deal.
Ms. Gillette, your objection to all of this is well noted, and I have tried to limit his ability to get into trouble in any of your counties. I know that's unusual, but I do appreciate your frustration with how long things have lingered, and it's been in opposition to your recommendations. And I pray that Mr. Bishop doesn't disappoint all of us in some way that's hurtful to someone or something.
Can he go to Fulton County though?
I won't.
All right, we are adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Justin, you've got my telephone number.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. House. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
you call me if problems arise.
All right. Thank you, sir.
We're going to go on the record in state of Kansas versus Justin Bishop. This is an old Elk County case, 2023 CR 000004. The state appears by and through Ms. Gillette, Elk County attorney. Mr. Bishop appears with his court-appointed attorney, Mr. House. We are scheduled for a revocation hearing today. Ms. Stanfield has filed an addendum to the original warrant, as well as the original warrant in this matter. Mr. House, which I believe was filed July the 3rd. Anybody can correct me if I'm wrong. Mr. House, does your client wish a hearing on these alleged violations?
Your Honor, if I could have a breakout room with him for just a few minutes. I just discovered he was in Butler County Jail yesterday. He had not contacted me. And I have prepared for the hearing this morning, but I do need to talk with him.
Okay, and let the record reflect, Mr. Bishop does appear. He is in custody in the Butler County Jail, and he is appearing by Zoom. They have accommodated us for this Elk County hearing, which
But how often does that happen?
I appreciate. All right, I think I don't have anything till 11, if I'm not mistaken, so I can give you about 10 or 15 minutes at the most.
10 minutes will be fine, Judge.
All right, we are in recess. All right, we need to bring everybody back in and get started. So we have enough time to conduct a hearing if we need to.
I just closed the breakout room, so it should notify him to come back.
Okay. How long has Mr. Bishop been in custody?
0 days on our case. All of it is over at Butler.
I guess maybe he doesn't look in, have mine or something. Mr. House, we need to get going if we need to have a hearing.
We're ready to proceed, Judge. There is one matter I want to take up before we start evidence in the case.
All right.
I've talked with my client, Mr. Bishop. He would request that the case be continued until the new Butler County cases have been resolved, because these are just allegations and they hadn't had a chance to come to trial yet on them.
Well, there's other things besides the new charges. Ms. Gillette, are you aware that if we don't have a conviction, that we need some officers and some preponderance of the evidence finding, or are you wanting to just proceed on the other matters, or what is your intention here?
There's also a requirement that he report law enforcement contact to his ISO, which he was not doing. And that's notated in the warrant that he was not informing her when he was having all of this law enforcement contact. Also, he absconded, got kicked out of treatment, unsuccessfully discharged.
I'm just asking you if you want to proceed to hearing today
Yeah, I think we
without the convictions, or do you have officers lined up to testify with regard to the court making a preponderance finding? I don't need a beyond a reasonable doubt on these charges, just a preponderance.
right. I believe we have enough other issues with him that
Okay.
we're able to proceed.
All right, you may call your first witness.
Your Honor, we'll call Teresa Stanfield.
Ms. Stanfield, if you'd raise your right hand, you do solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, I do.
Thank you. You may proceed, Ms. Gillette.
And Miss Stanfield, are you the supervisor? Could you first please state your name for the record?
Yes, Teresa Stanfield,
And how are you employed?
by 13th Judicial District Community Corrections.
Are you the supervising officer for Mr. Bishop?
Yes, I am.
And has he had prior revocations?
Yes, he has.
And as you've been supervising him, has he had violations since you've been having him on supervision?
Yes.
I want to talk about those violations. I want to start with his original and not the new additional violations. Has he been having violations of the law where he's been arrested?
Yes.
Has he been reporting those to you as he is supposed to?
No.
Has he reported any of his arrests to you?
He may have, I would have to look back. He may have reported on the warrant, the case that was filed on June 11th. I believe when that did occur, which was back in November or December, I believe he did tell me about that one.
Okay.
But otherwise, let's see, the next one, he did tell me about the next one, the driving while suspended and driving without a tag. He did tell me about that one, but those are the only two that he ever reported to me, law enforcement contact.
Did he report his interactions that would have been in Butler or El Dorado Police Department case number 2501026?
No, he never notified me.
And did he tell you about the July 2nd, 2025 El Dorado Police 2501043?
No, he did not.
And on your addendum that you filed, did he tell you about the addendum ones that would be 2501035?
No, he did not.
Did he report case 2501082 to you?
No, he did not.
Did he report 2501187 to you?
No, he did not.
And did he report 2501168 to you?
No.
Was he able to successfully complete treatment during this extension period?
He did complete outpatient treatment, and then he was transferred to relapse prevention. He did not complete that, and he was unsuccessfully discharged on July 31st.
Okay. Well, where was he attending that treatment at?
SAC, Substance Abuse Center of Kansas in El Dorado.
Now, did he miss appointments with you?
Yes, he did.
What appointments did he miss with you?
He missed June 6th at 4:30 and June 30th at 4:30.
Did he report after the June 30th, 2025?
No, the last time I saw him in the office was June 16th.
And did you go to his residence to try to find him?
Yes, I did.
When did you do that?
That was on July 2nd.
And what did you find out when you went to his residence?
I spoke to a gentleman that his name was Eli, and I asked him if he was his son-in-law, and he said yes. And he said they had kicked him out of the house about a month and a half earlier because things were just not working out.
Were you ever given a new address for him?
No,
Were you given a new phone number for him?
no,
Were you given any new contact information for him?
no, I wasn't. Well, I guess I should say, when I talked to his treatment providers, they had told me that he was homeless and thought he was staying under a bridge somewhere here in El Dorado.
And were you told about his arrest for 25-01026 by the El Dorado Police Department?
Yes, I was.
Did he ever provide you verification of employment?
No,
Did he ever provide you any verification of making payments towards his court case?
no.
Your Honor, I will pass this witness to the defense.
What did he do that he said he was gonna do? Oh, did exactly what the judge said he was gonna do? Make a bunch of promises, sound real nice, and then not follow through?
All right, Mr. House, cross-examination of this witness.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. Ms. Stanfield, you indicate he missed appointments on June the 6th and June the 30th. Since we were last in court on the previous motion to revoke, do you know when that was?
When the last hearing was?
Yes.
The disposition hearing was April 10th.
And how often was he to meet with you? Was he meeting weekly?
No, he came in every other week.
Every other week? Did he come in both meetings in April?
On April 8th, he called in on that time. And then we had the hearing on April 10th. And then April 23rd, he reported an hour late. So I only actually saw him in person one time in April.
And then in May, what did you see him?
He reported on May 8th and filled out a walk-in report because I was sick that day. So, but it did count as an appointment. And then he did report May 23rd as directed.
And then he's been in jail during July. Is that correct?
According to VineLink, he's been in jail since July 25th.
Well, I'll have him testify as to the time he went in jail. And I'm not certain when it was. As to his inpatient treatment, then he did complete it.
He did inpatient probably over a year ago.
Okay, and he completed it.
Yes.
And he was doing outpatient treatment through SAC.
Yes.
And is he doing outpatient treatment through SAC now, or at least treatment through them? Are they seeing him?
I don't know. He's in jail. I don't.
Okay.
He was unsuccessfully discharged on July 31st when he was still out of custody.
On July 31st of this year?
Yes.
Wasn't he in jail then?
Yes, but I mean, that's when I got the discharge report from them was July 31st because they hadn't seen him for 3 weeks.
All right. And again, I'll have him testify as to when he went in jail. Did he pay $100 on the costs at some point after our last probation hearing?
I don't know. He's never provided me verification. He's never brought me in a receipt.
Okay. And was there one time that he and maybe you've testified to it, that he did report and filled out a report, and maybe that's the time you were sick?
Yeah, May 8th, I was ill, so he filled out a walk-in report.
Okay. Well, first of all, I want you to understand, I'm cross-examining you now, but I recognize the efforts that you've made in the past to help Justin with his probation. So just want that said. As far as the police contacts, then you don't think he reported hardly any of them except maybe one?
Possibly two. The driving while suspended and the meth case that happened last December or November. But these current ones, he has never notified me of any law enforcement contact.
So the December meth case, where was that case at? In Butler County?
Yes. But at the time they didn't charge him, they were waiting on lab reports. So they recently had charged him with it.
Okay. But we were all aware then of that case. It just hadn't been resolved.
Correct.
So it's nothing new as far as evidence on this case since the last probation, other than that it's been resolved now.
It's been officially filed now. That's why it's been officially filed.
Okay. All right. I think that's all the questions I have, Judge.
Any redirect of this witness, Ms. Gillette?
I don't believe so, Your Honor.
All right. Any further witnesses you wish to call today?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. House, do you wish to call any witnesses today?
Yes, I'm going to call Mr. Bishop.
All right, Mr. Bishop, raise your right hand. You do solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Bishop, as to the inpatient treatment program, you did complete that, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And on the outpatient treatment program, where did you go?
I went to SAC in El Dorado.
And when did you start that, if you know?
I don't remember exactly, but I did give Ms. Stanfield a copy of the certificate in which she said, "I'm very proud of you, and I don't think the judge will believe that you completed it." We had a report that was pretty good, pretty transparent. She was aware of all of my personal deals. I would explain to her, and she would say things like, "You don't deserve that, Justin. You need to move on," this, that, and the other. We spoke about relationships, the feelings, that occur in a relationship. She knew that I had started the extended aftercare, was doing that. On the 3rd, when this warrant was filed, I was in SAC. She told me they had a faulty specimen cup, and she reported that if I didn't stay there and take the test, it would be taken as a dirty UA. So I went ahead and took the test. I hadn't.
And when you say on the 3rd, what month?
It was July. I had a city case that I had to appear on, and I had the warrant was already issued for KODC, and I wasn't arrested at court or anything. I was given a list of places where I was trespassed from and my residence.
As to
Let's be clear here, just for the record. July 3rd of 2025.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, go ahead.
when did you go into the Butler County Jail on these new cases?
Latter part of June.
Of June or July?
July. Excuse me, July.
Okay, so Ms. Stanfield's probably correct if she says it's sometime around the 27th.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit before that, actually, to be sure.
Okay. All right.
I thought she said the 25th.
Well, and you're probably right too.
The 25th.
All right.
And she referred to Vine link. Now, Ms. Stanfield, just for my information reference, Vine will pick up incarcerations in other county jails other than just Butler.
Yes.
So it helps you figure out where people are within the state and various county jails if they're linked to Vine.
Yes.
Thank you. Go ahead, Mr. House.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Bishop, your new cases, did you report any of these cases to Ms. Stanfield?
I think she was aware of the first one when the first one occurred. The second ones, I
accumulated quite quickly and didn't see her. I was pretty much distraught about the situation. I was told to leave the residence. I was accused of domestic violence, which I didn't do.
Is this when you were staying at your granddaughter's,
No, this was at my girlfriend's house.
at your girlfriend's house? And what's her name?
Her name is Cassandra Warren.
All right. And is she the one that got a PFA?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And is she the one that you're charged with various crimes,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
including protective order?
Yes, sir. During that time period, we had a flash flood here in El Dorado, and the circumstances, the conditions weren't very, very good for myself.
Were you living with her at that time?
Yes, I was, Your Honor. Or yes, sir.
And how long did that last?
I was there. We've been together for 4 months or 4 years. The last 2 months were pretty rocky. I was open with Teresa about the circumstances involving my relationship, which were pretty detrimental. STDs, exposed to hepatitis, HIV, quite stressful situation.
So you all, of course, are separated now, and you report any of the negative contacts with law enforcement concerning your relationship with her?
I think one is all your, sir. It was one when it first happened. Other than that, I didn't report them to her. She knew about them through SAC. I was very transparent with SAC and her also. They were sending emails. I have an email that Miss Nelson gave me last week here in jail of her response to coming out and see me. I asked her if she'd come out and see me. She said she wouldn't come out and see me.
Did you have any temporary work during this period of time since our last probation hearing?
Temporary work?
Yes.
Yeah, I've had the same employment. I gave Miss Stanfield a letter from the landowner where I work at, and Miss Stanfield said that it was faked, that I had Cassie write it. And when it came down to it, she said that she had looked at both handwritings, Cassie's handwriting and the note, and came to a conclusion that it was false. We remedied that situation. I gave her the address of the landowner. She found out that where I was working at, what I had been doing. I was trying to get my Social Security card and my birth certificate in the last 2 months and getting my driver's license established, which I've done that. There were quite a few obstacles in my way that I was knocking down during this time, besides the personal relationship problems.
So do you have your driver's license now?
No, I have the information resolved with the counties except for the SR-22, which I used the funds to bond out of jail with.
All right. Was there anything else you can tell the court as to what you've done in a positive fashion to work on your drug problem since our last hearings? Have you continued going to AA or NA meetings?
I've continued to go to AA. I've been past a year sober. I would go to my meetings with Teresa in a great attitude. In the past, I was scared to go to it because I was dirty. I've been clean for over a year. Everything was going good besides my personal relationship, and finding myself throughout this a place to belong in society's been a little bit different. You know, we talked about being a counselor. It's one of the great things I do know a lot about, addiction. And she suggested you have a great personality. You should pursue that. And that's what I was doing. Since I've been in here, I've taken classes. I've enrolled in GED. I've seen my SAC worker, Miss Nelson, numerous times since I've been here. I'm kind of surprised she's not in court today. She'd be a great witness.
Your SAC representative that sees you is who?
Her name is Ashley Nelson.
All right. So you've done that, and you've continued with NA meetings, AA meetings.
Yes, sir. I've fallen off the NA meetings because Cassie leads those meetings, and with the PFA, I can't attend those meetings. That's been kind of a thing that happened. But I've continued to stay clean and sober, going to AAs, going to Wichita to AAs. I failed during this last personal issues to keep Teresa up to date on those. Yeah, I have been having a rough time at that, but I made payments. The last time I was arrested in Elk County, I went over to the courthouse, made a payment. It
How much was that payment?
was $100.
All right, Mr. Bishop, anything else you want to tell the court?
I'd just like to thank everybody's contribution to helping me stay clean.
How long,
I appreciate the chances. Pardon?
how long have you been clean?
Over a year now. Over a year. Year and 7 months.
That's for drugs and alcohol,
That's
right?
drugs and alcohol, sir.
Judge, I think that's all the questions I have.
Well, he sure sounds really good. The judge warned something of that at the last hearing, though.
All right, cross-examination, Ms. Gillette.
Mr. Bishop, did you report on June 6th, 2025 at 4:30 p.m. like you were ordered to?
I don't remember exactly if it was June 6th. I'll trust Miss Stanfield of keeping the records. If she says I didn't, I must have missed, or I did call in.
Did you report on June 30th, 2025 at 4:30?
I think I was in jail that day. Not sure.
Did you report anytime in July from July 1st to July 25th when you were arrested?
Yes, I reported via SAC. I was on the telephone with her, and I rode my bicycle over to see her.
And are you sure that that was in July?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you aware that she went to your residence and you weren't there anymore?
Yes, we talked about that. Twice she went to my residence. One time it was a younger gentleman, a kid that was staying with my family. He was visiting from another state. He didn't know who Justin Todd Bishop was.
Were you aware she went and you weren't there? Did you give her a new address after you were kicked out of that house?
She knew because of the summons that was put on the door.
Were you aware, did you report your law enforcement contact on July 2nd, 2025 when you were arrested for violation of a PFA interference with law enforcement officer and stalking?
No.
Did you report your law enforcement contact on June 27th when you were arrested by the El Dorado Police Department for domestic battery?
No.
Did you report any of your arrests in July?
No.
Did you have a relapse and be sent to the relapse assistance program?
No.
Did you end up having to be ordered to go back to SAC for inpatient treatment for relapse?
No.
Were you unsuccessfully discharged in July from SAC?
Through the aftercare program, after I completed the initial outpatient, I was taken off of it, but I'm currently re-enrolled now.
And were you arrested with possession of methamphetamine and marijuana paraphernalia?
Back in December on that WAP charge, not a new case, no.
And did you ever give Miss Stanfield any paychecks that show you had employment or being paid legitimately?
Yes.
What paycheck did you give her?
I don't receive paychecks. I gave her a letter from the landowner.
The question was, did you turn in a pay stub paycheck?
I don't have a pay stub.
Have you made any payments on your cost or restitution?
Yes, I have.
When were those made?
Right after I was released from the Elk County Jail last time I was arrested.
Okay. Have you made any further payments since you were arrested in Elk County when you paid those to try to get back on probation?
No, I haven't. I've been incarcerated and I've been here in El Dorado.
Before you were incarcerated, from July 1st to July 25th, did you make any payments?
No, within those 20 days, no, I didn't.
Did you make any payments in June of 2025?
What is my release date from the county jail? I just told you that's whenever I made the only payment.
And during July 1st through July 25th, when you were not in custody, Did you try to contact Miss Stanfield personally without any help from SAC or anyone else, or while being in jail, to report to her?
Yes, I did.
What date and time did you try to do?
I'm not sure on the date and time, but I made a phone call out there to him, spoke to Adam.
Your Honor, I will pass this witness back to Mr. House.
Any further redirect?
Just one question, Mr. Bishop, you were working for who? What's his name?
He's a landowner out in Butler County.
Okay. And what kind of work were you doing?
I was cutting firewood. Miss Stanfield found his name on the county registry of the land that he owns.
And that's where you were working, and then you were selling the firewood, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And when's the last time you cut wood?
Last time I cut wood was in May.
You've never been asked to give a UA?
Yeah, I've given several clean UAs. The last UA that I gave that was not clean was to Miss Stanfield. I had Delta 8 in my system with no methamphetamine. I've never given a dirty UA in the last year.
All right. That's all I have, Judge.
All right, well, Mr. Bishop, it's clear to me that you violated the terms and conditions of your probation that I established for you back on November 2nd of 2023. This is what I view as an old case, that you were up to 18 months on probation and could have completed sooner. Actually, you were on 12 months because you didn't. I'm not sure that you were a Senate bill case, even though you've gotten lots of what we refer to as Senate bill treatment. So the case was not paid off in 12 months. I find that you've not completed the aftercare as recommended, that you've not paid your case off, and that you've not reported, and that you've not reported new contacts and arrests directly with Ms. Stanfield. It isn't her job to be a detective and go through various folks to learn about you. It's your job to directly inform her and to report as ordered by this court. And you know the drill. You've been doing this for quite some time. You've had several revocations previously, and you were a departure that you're not even entitled to any intermediate sanctions. Now, I will briefly hear from counsel as to recommendations as to disposition of this case, starting with Ms. Gillette.
Frankly, Judge, we've given him 2 prior chances. This is his 3rd revocation. He's continually just out there breaking the law. We have utter failure of almost every condition of probation here. Dirty UAs, we have no proof of employment, no payments, unsuccessfully discharged from his aftercare treatment.
But we do have a master manipulator. He's quite good at that.
Numerous contacts with law enforcement not being reported, not staying in the same place or updating address and phone number. Absconded again, no new address. Now, he keeps saying, I haven't had any positive UAs in the last year. Yes, he did when we were here last time. That was, his disposition was in April of this year. April 10th of 2025 was the date that we had his journal entry and his last hearing. That was only 3 months ago, and all of these utter failures have happened in the last 3 months. We've heard the same promises over and over again, the same excuses. We've had to have evidence over and over because he doesn't accept responsibility for his own actions. Choices have consequences. I say that over and over. My choices have consequences for me. Mr. Bishop's choices have consequences for him. And we have given him 2 extra chances. I ask that he serve his 34-month underlying sentence. We've been here 3 times now for his utter failure and choices that he is making. And the last 3 months have
not gone well for him. The only time that he does well is when he has a revocation pending and when he's in custody. And he needs to find his treatment while he's in custody, take advantage of the programs that are offered from KDOC, and hopefully come out with job training and treatment under his belt.
All right,
Well, he would have a long time to do all of that.
Mr. House, Miss Gillette, do you have any idea what his jail credit is?
I do, Your Honor. He has 0 extra days. I have him down for 61 days of credit. That was from a prior stint in for a jail sanction. And it was journalized on a prior journal entry.
All right. Mr. House, recommendations?
Your Honor, I know the court's indicated this was a departure case. I think his criminal history is B. And that's probably why he wasn't able to get Senate Bill 123, although he's had several drug treatment programs that he's been in. I can request on his behalf that you sanction him for 60 days and then that he be placed back on probation. I understand that if that doesn't happen, he's got 34 months to serve, less 61 days credit, and I've advised him he has 20% good time available, which would be 6.8 months. And I've advised him of programs, and he knows about the programs at KDOC that he might take advantage of. But the request would be that while he still has bumps in the road, he continues to be substantially clean of drugs and or alcohol. He continues to work with NA and AA programs, and while it's been tough, he still does positive things, and that's our request today.
All right, Mr. Bishop, is there anything that you want to say before I impose your sanction or your sentence?
I have the technicalities of the case, Your Honor. They are true. I have given you gave me a new lease on life, the opportunity to stay clean. I've done that besides the one Delta 8 incident for THC. The personal stuff's going on in my life. I really was distraught when I was making those decisions, breaking the PFAs, and I know that looks bad, but that's about all I got to say, Your Honor. Thank you for your time. Teresa, thank you for your help. And if you feel that I need to go do my underlined sentence, then maybe that would be the best thing for me. I'm aware of the opportunities, the medical stuff, the minimum camp, getting a job, afterwards, housing, becoming institutionalized and
Oh, please.
not being able to function in society, perhaps. That's what I need to do, then that's what I need to do.
All right. Well, I appreciate your statements. Mr. Bishop, you always put forth a good argument and posture during these court hearings. There's no question about that. That's why I've multiple times afforded you probation when I maybe normally otherwise don't or wouldn't. That includes departures when folks are A and B criminal history categories. So that departure was a big leap way back when, and you knew that when I did it, and I lectured you like I would anyone if I find substantial and compelling reasons, and that included a finding that I didn't believe that there were any public safety issues with you at all. Since that time, we've been down this road before, numerous revocations. You get it together, you get people to vouch and advocate for you, including Miss Stanfield, including Miss Nelson. I recall at one point when you were in Winfield, you were doing pretty well, but you chose to come back to El Dorado, and you've made your choices, and they haven't always been good ones, but we've been through the same song and dance, and frankly, I'm at the end of my road with you, and you just lack complete follow through, and it's something, it's always something, and you always explain it, but the point is, this is a case that you should have completed your probation. You had the ability to do it and the wherewithal to, and you haven't. So what happens to people, anyone who don't complete their probation and their sentence, especially when they're a departure case, is they serve their sentence. And that's what I'm going to order for you, that you serve your 34 months. It's not a judgment as to what, I don't have to make special findings why you should be incarcerated or serve your sentence. You're ordered initially a sentence that unless you complete probation, it's presumed that you're going to serve it. So you are entitled to 20% good time, 12-month post-release, and all your jail credit. They say it's 61 days. I'd ask Mr. House to look the journal entry over, double check that, make sure that you're getting full credit for any time in this case that you should be entitled to. And I would appreciate it if Ms. Stanfield would check to see if there's any other time that should be counted, and let Ms. Gillette know. I have every intention of giving you all of your days of credit. You have 14 days to appeal. I will let you make $10 a month payments while you're incarcerated. If you miss a payment on your case, it will be referred for collections. So the reason that is done is because the Supreme Court says I have to give you a payment plan when I send someone to prison, anyone, and I have to give you an opportunity to pay, and you have to violate that payment plan for your case to go to collections. And my view of that whole thing is that there are contract agencies. One I can think of is Butler and Associates, and it's not Butler County. It just happens to have the name Butler. And so there are collection agencies and attorneys that now in the last, I don't know, 5 years or so that I remember, go after any inmate funds that you have, whether it's through some kind of work, in-house, or a work program, and sometimes even monies you get from family or inheritance or whatever the case may be. And then you don't have any money for the commissary or hygiene products and that kind of thing. So the point is, if you'll make $10 a month payments, you'll protect any other monies that you have for extra soap or whatever it is. I'm not in touch with the Department of Corrections. I lose jurisdiction and I'm not sure what all of their rules are, but that's my understanding of why I'm giving you a payment plan that may seem silly to you, but
I understand, Your Honor.
that's what I'm ordering. All right. Is there anything further, counsel?
Judge, I need to have you announce.
I'm waiving
Thank
attorney fees and any bids fee or any extra
Thank you, Your Honor.
additional costs.
And those costs will be paid to the District Court of Elk County. Is that right, Judge?
His previous, well, I'm not sure what you're asking.
The $10 a month that you order him to pay,
Yes,
costs will be paid to the District Court of Elk County, Kansas.
yes, yes.
And there you have it. even though some of you have seen it earlier today, I was not expecting Lone Wolf to steal my shtick and run the previous hearing. But yeah, he actually has to service 34 months minus the 20% good time credit. A rare gem in Kansas. All right, guys. I am going to go to bed. I am extremely tired. I had a long day of making replay crew videos, and yeah, I am tired. But I will see you all tomorrow. I love you all so much. Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.